My husband and I have been learning more about candlestick charts and tools like the Bollinger Bands and MACD to get insights on market trends. Do you use any of these strategies, and how do you determine what cycle or pattern the market is in? We already leverage FinViz and some of the other techniques that you mentioned within the options course, but I would love to hear your insights and thoughts on some of these specific techniques to understand the patterns that the market is in. Thank you, Jose, for taking my question, and I appreciate your insight on this.
Man, I love it when a family is in it together. That's one of the dopest things to me. So I don't use MACD, but I do look at Bollinger Bands a lot. Anytime there's this thing I use, and I've never said it before, but that's a good one. So anytime I'm looking at the Bollinger Bands and I see a stock goes outside of the band, I know it's about to fall. Anytime I see it go outside of those Bollinger Bands, I know it's about to come down. Anytime. I don't use it a lot, but it's something I'll go to. I never put it in the course because it's just something I glance at. Like if I'm kind of indecisive about something, a little bit, I'll go look at that. And if it's out the Bollinger Band, like I know it's about to come down. You can go use that. You can look at that. Watch it. Watch every time you see a stock, you see it? Oh, every time you go look outside, if you're looking at the Bollinger Band and you see it pop out there, you'll see it'll fall. You'll see it fall when it pops. So when it's outside the Bollinger Band, you know it's like running. When it pops outside of that, so if I see it pop out that Bollinger Band, I know I'm gonna stay away from it. Yep, and under it too. Yep, you know it goes under there, it'll pop up. So I don't really use the MACD like talking about it. That ain't my thing. But the Bollinger Band, I do use it from time to time. That's in the chart reading area. Yep, it's 100. Like I say, I use some of them, but not all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not crazy technical, but I definitely tap into some of them. You know what I'm saying? But Bollinger Bands is one I'm real familiar with. So I hope I helped you on that. That's a little cheat code for you. Yep. Bollinger Bands that lead you to the heart. Yep. Bollinger Band leads you to the bands 100%. I won't deny that. So Bollinger Bands is something I do. Like if I'm indecisive about something, that's probably my go-to to look at to see like where I need to go at. And if it's outside of there, I stay away from it. But it's floating inside of it, it's cool. If it's at the top of it, I'll stay away because I know it's gonna probably pop up and then I know it's gonna come back down. So that's probably my move with the Bollinger Bands 100%. Yep, like a fish out of water 100%. And all my Bollinger Band technical analysis people, y'all know if that thing pop out that Bollinger Band, you're like, let me leave it alone a little bit. Yeah, I don't really deal with the MACD too much. That ain't really I ain't that technical. That's a little too much for me. Not gonna lie to you. But Bollinger Bands is 100%. I rock with the Bollinger Band for sure. Especially if I'm like indecisive about something. That's probably the first place I'll go to just like get a little idea of how it's moving. It's a simple trick to follow because the market can be unpredictable. 100%. You 100% right, family. 100% right. Let's go, man.
Hey, so I have a question. I want to know what tips do you have for the family, for the trappers, for the Trapper Anonymous, and everybody that follows you on how to elevate your confidence when it comes to reinvesting the capital, right? Following the tips and things that you have shown so far. Like I told you guys before, my family has definitely increased the capital that we have, but it's a little tempting to be able to take that capital out and use it. So do you happen to have any specific tips that you use that you can share with us? In the meantime, you guys stay great. We'll see you at the top. Off and out.
My boy got that Barry White. Boy got that, yeah. Boy, come from that tribe.
With the cicadas in the background.
Boy, come from that tribe. You hear me? I feel you, King. So he did ask about reinvesting capital, right? That's what he said. Any tips on about reinvesting the capital? Yep. So that's a good question. For me, the easiest thing for you to do for reinvesting your capital is ask yourself go look at your top 5 plays. Here's a great idea, right? So when you want to reinvest your capital, 1, all your dividends should be reinvested. That's 1. Number 2, I want you to look at your top 5 positions in your portfolio. I want you to give yourself a amount that you want to own in your top 5. It's going to be essential for you. I want you to give yourself an amount that you want to own. So I want you to look at your top 5 positions and say, okay, these are my top 5 positions. I want to own 25 shares of each one of these. I want to own 50 shares of each one of these. I want to own however many shares of each one of these. You don't deviate from that top 5. You don't add a 6th position until you own at least your number in 3 of the 5 of that top 5. You feel me? Because your top pick is your strongest one. Your number 2 is the second one. Number 3, right? That's how you should have them. Strongest to least. So you don't need to be putting money in your 10th position if you haven't reached your goal in your 1st, 2nd, or 3rd position. You don't need to be putting money in your 7th position if you haven't put money in your first 3 positions, right? So don't keep starting new positions if you haven't fulfilled the obligation of owning this amount in your top 5. So let's say your goal is 50. So your goal is to own 50 shares of every one in your top 5. So if your first one at 35, your second one at 25, your third one at 10, your fourth one at 8, your fifth one at 6. All right, I don't care if the 5th one is on sale. I don't care if the 5th one on sale, right? If the 5th one on sale and the first one is on sale, you go with the first one. Okay, you got 50 here. Okay, boom. You got 25 here. Now my next goal is to get 50 there. Now, if I got 50 in my first one and then my 4th one is on sale, I'm cool with putting another position and add more in my 4th one because I've already achieved the goal on my first one. Does that make sense? So now you walking your portfolio down. You walking your portfolio down. You're not saying, oh, but I got these 15 stocks. No, you ain't got no. You got a whole bunch of everything. Concentrate. These are my top 5. These are the 5. These are the ones that I want to navigate. These are the ones that got sole control of my portfolio. These are the ones that's going to take me to the mountaintop. Okay, I got 50 in all of them. Even if it's 10. If it's 5, that's cool too. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I got 5 in all my top 5. Now I make a decision. Do I either increase my number to 10 or do I add a 6th position? Okay, I'm going to add one more. Okay, cool. So the goal now is to fill that 6th position up. But if any one of the top 5 go on sale, you buy more. But once you buy more, guess what you say? The new goal is no longer 5. The next goal is 15. Now you filling them up. You don't go to the 7th position. You don't go to the 7th position until you fill up 4 to 6. You always got to have 85% of your positions full from the number you put in your head before you move on. Now, once you get to 10, you stop. And you said, let me just increase the number of this now. So now if my goal was 10, now the goal is 20. The goal is 20, now the goal is 25. The goal is 25, now the goal is 50. You don't got to have a million different positions. Your best 10 is my best 10. I'm reallocating my capital to my best 10. You know why? There's 6,000 stocks on the market. No way, shape, form, or fashion can you own all of them. Neither should you try. That's why your 10 should be the most powerful 10 that you are convicted behind. What are the 10 I love the most? Well, Trap, I don't know. But now what you got to do? Process of elimination. Put 10 of them on the board. No, I do not want you to dollar cost average. Why don't I want you to dollar cost average? Because if you dollar cost average, you are now buying stocks higher than you should be buying them. That's why I said on sale. Dollar cost average means you buying a certain amount every month, no matter what. I do not want you to do that. You're going to mess your cost basis all the way up. This is game of returns. You get 10 positions, you buy them when they're on sale. We just showed you what happened when the market goes down 10%. Why does that make sense too? Because earlier we talked about the data. You get this many 5% pullbacks, you get this many 10% pullbacks, you get this many 3% pullbacks, you get this many 20% pullbacks. What does that data do? That data help us understand how we're going to play the market. Once a year, what you should be doing every year, once a year. You should be recalibrating it's easy for you now to say once a year, let me go reevaluate all 10 of my stocks. If you got 50 stocks, it's hard for you to go reevaluate all them 50 stocks realistically. So what you going to be doing? Buying anytime you get a chance. It's a dip, buy. It's a dip, buy. Because you're not going to reevaluate all 50 of them stocks once a year. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. But if you got 10 stocks, you could do that. And guess what? Guess what? If you want to start a new portfolio, you can. Or you can stretch it to 12, but I don't want you to have 30 stocks in the portfolio. Now you're an ETF. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that. So make your position number size, and guess what, y'all? Warren Buffett is selling. Warren Buffett doing what? What Warren Buffett doing? Selling 500 million or something. So guess what? Your 50 shares, you still got a long way to go. I'm not trying to discredit you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm not trying to make you feel low. I'm telling you, at your 50 shares, you should not even much be thinking about getting out the position unless the story change.